A good catching slash fly ball drill that we can do with the kids has to do with setting up a bit of a path that they have to run through. I hope you can see there's a bucket over here. That's going to be our starting point. I have a couple hexagon shapes lined up across the field here. As a coach, you're here with balls, tennis balls, wiffle balls, indoor training balls, whichever one is the most appropriate for the level of kids that you're at. And this is a very simple thing that we can do to help kids understand that they got to run to where the baseball is to then reach up and catch it when it's time to catch. Don't allow kids to run with their hand up in the air or even both hands up in the air. Terrifying. It's going to cut down their ability to run, and potentially hands and glove could get in their face. So all we're really doing in this drill is we're having kids start where the bucket is on your verbal cue, go, or on your arm penduluming back. They're going to take off. You're going to give a bit of a baby line drive toss that they're going to reach up and make a catch on. So simply it's going to be like this. Go, and you're going to toss, and they're going to take off and make a catch. Come back behind the line, place the ball in the bucket, stay in line, get ready for their next rep. Now, if they're able to do that pretty efficiently, we can immediately start building some complexity into it. Similar to a lot of the drills that I've already discussed up until this point, I'm hoping that you're having an idea for how you can build some complexity so that it feels like it's a bit of a progression. So this is a very simple one where you can have them catch two balls, and all you're going to do is set up, verbal cue, go. You toss that first ball to them. They make that catch. They turn the corner, and they head on out a little bit deeper to make that second catch. So it's going to be more of a toss followed by a second toss. And for the kids, it's going to be break and catch, turn, and make a second catch. Place the balls in the bucket. After they make that first catch, they're probably going to have to transfer out of their glove into their throwing hand with the baseball so that when they turn that corner, they've now got their glove empty to make that next catch. I set this up so it's straight across and the players are going left to right. You can set it up from the other end so they're going right to left. You can change the orientation of their path, so rather than breaking straight across, they can actually be breaking inward, or you can set it up so they can actually be breaking backwards. Maybe not straight back, maybe straight back's a little bit tough, but if we set up the angle on a 45 going deep, now we can build a play that's really going to be challenging for some of the kids to make that catch, come around and place it in the bucket. Now, as I was saying, we're going to hopefully progress, and there's going to be higher levels of complexity from May into June, into July, into August. Can we go straight back? Maybe it's a little bit tough, but maybe it's something that you and your team can figure out to the point where you're giving them one deep toss, they turn the corner, and then you're giving them one shallow toss. So we're simulating what it's like to break back on a ball, make a catch, turn, and come in on a ball and make that tough shoestring catch. On your go, I break back, I make that catch, I transfer, I come on in to make that shoestring catch. This is definitely a drill that you can do with young kids, tennis balls, wiffle balls. This is something you can do with older kids. You can stretch it out. It can be at a much greater distance. You can even set it up where rather than the kids being close, they can be a little bit further, and you can actually, if you got a tennis racket, you can actually whack some tennis balls at them. It's a lot of fun to do it with tennis balls and a tennis racket because you as a coach can really try to pinpoint exactly where you want to hit it. If you're great with a bat, fungo bat, and baseballs, go ahead and try this with baseballs. Pretty tough to do it with baseballs unless you're really, really good hitting those fungos. But the vast majority of adults, coaches, can, through some practice, figure out how, with a tennis ball, you can lob one right into that last little spot. Pretty close, not that close, but pretty close. But the more they practice, the more you practice, and the more we all practice, the more we can build in that progression to make things a little bit tougher, a little bit more complex.